Hi there, my name's Kate, and the guy riding in front is the husband Nigel. And we ride electric hardtail mountain bikes. Amazing fun. Our mission is to find routes that are nice and rideable, off-road as much as possible, scenic, and hopefully this is one. It's a circular route. We set off from Solby. A lot of it is off-road, most of it is in fact. The rest country lanes, and we have about 25 yards on an A-class road. But it's purely just to get from one junction to the next. So have a little look, see what you think. There's a map of the route at the end of the video. So today's ride starts in Solby. We've parked up just at the side of the river here, just before the bridge. Plenty of parking spaces, and they're free. Alternatively, you could park up in Hartley. There's some parking spaces there near the garage. Or you could be in Kirby Stephen, where you've obviously got access to cafes and pubs and the like. Or the other option would be at Cospley Garrett. Anyhow, coming out from where we've parked, we take the first right down the lane, a country lane that goes towards the river, and a fabulous little bridleway. So coming along there, just a couple of 100 yards, we're going to take a right-hand turn down this public road towards Winton. And this is the route that heads us down towards the river. So this is a lovely roughish track, gravel in the main, a little bit of tar park, bit of grass, good surface. So you just carry on straight along this track, don't divert. It's probably a good half mile. Oops, duck as in rosebush gonna get me, not duck quack quack. I can see the river ahead. And then just here, that to the right goes down to a gate into the river, no further, and you take this grassy track to the left. Yeah, a nice track, obviously well used. This brings us across to a footbridge to cross the river, and a couple of steps which you have to climb, take your bikes up, and then we head towards Winton, crossing the main, whoops, that was close, Kirby Stephen Road. Perhaps I should concentrate more on where I'm going. We don't want any mishaps. Obviously with the long grass you can't quite see where the rutty bits is. Oh, I remember this bit. Now I think this will be a ford for horses and the like to go across. Oops. And there's the footbridge. Just going to walk this bit. Here we go. So from the footbridge, lovely view looking left. The cows wandering across and having a bit of a drink. Beautiful morning. It's just before the predicted heat wave. This is the Saturday. The heat wave's due on the Monday and Tuesday in July. We shall see. So across the river, across the footbridge anyhow, the track improves. a nice gravel trail. Come on, Poppet, we haven't got all day. Got a long way to go. Somewhere around about 24 miles, I reckon. But we'll find out when we get finished. That made him move. Quite pleased these branches on the left are nice and soft and flexible and, oh, in the main, not scratching me. So I'm just going to cross a lane here. Signed straight ahead, Wharton. So we're just onto a narrow country lane at this point. So that section was about 3/4 of a mile on a very straight country lane. And we come to the main Kirby Stephen through to Warcop Road, and we're going to, sorry, Brough Road, go straight across into Wharton, little village. Now then, got a sign just along here for turning on the right. Here we go. Signposted for Hartley. And that's where we're heading. So, travel through the village of Hartley. And then we've got, morning, this uphill section. And then on the right hand side here, oh, I'm out of breath. We have the short trail on the disused railway line. Let me get my breath back though. I forgot to lower the gears. I know. Can I cycle up?
Yeah.
Okay, see you up there. So, up we go. Onto the first of the two viaducts that we go across. Now this is a nice purpose-made trail. As I say, following the Stainmore disused railway line. It's not very long, a mile and a half, but it's still very pleasant. Didn't realise I was in turbo there. I was thinking, my goodness, I'm cycling well. Not. But we're gonna go up to the left here. I'm getting my gears down because I know I've got a funny bend that I just struggle to get around. Success. I made it. Happy days. It is a bit tight. So we're up onto the car park at the top where it joins the road, and we're going to turn to the left. So we come out of that junction onto the A685 that goes into Kirby Stephen. We're on this just for about 50 yards, passing the Stainmore railway line station on the right hand side. That's part of the disused, what used to be railway line. Cross this bridge and then we're going to turn left. We're not going to follow the road round to the right hand side. We're going to go more or less straight ahead up this tarmac road into the Yorkshire Dales. Can't get my head around it. We're Cumbria, but we're part of the Yorkshire Dales. Anyhow, up this tarmac road, which then becomes concrete road, heading towards Wharton Hall. And we can't ride through Wharton Hall. We have to go up and round it or through grassland on a bridleway. Fabulous though. So crossing the cattle grid, it becomes a bridleway only and a good concrete surface. And we start heading into no land, real countryside, which is what these bikes are made for. We ride electric hardtail e-bikes. We got these about 20 months ago, and when we got them, it was difficult finding routes that were off-road and within our capabilities to ride. Yeah, there's plenty of high road or high-level technical routes online and in books, but not an awful lot to show what routes us senior riders can do. So I've put a few rides together, done a lot of walking, bridleways, research to find these routes for us to ride safely with as much off-road as possible. And I just thought I'd share them on YouTube with everybody. And if they're of some use to you, that's great. We just love getting off-road. So here we go. We've got bridleways, a four-way sign, Wharton Hall ahead, but we're going to take it to the right, heading for Wharton. We're going to go up the hill here, fairly steep, and then swing immediately left behind the farm through a couple of gates, and then descend at the far side to the far end of Wharton Hall and take a concrete road from there. Through the gate, got my gears down, and I'm in turbo. The husband's in the way, and there we go. Through one gate, heading towards the second gate, through a field of horses with little foals. I don't know whether you can pick that one up, that's just lying flat out on the ground. I'm going to go down to this gate and left on the track, turning onto a concrete road down towards the far side of Wharton Hall. Now this is a really amazing building. The main house, I believe, which is the left-hand part, has been upgraded. So I was doing a bit of reading up on this, and it sort of dates back to the, I can't remember now whether it was the 12th or the 14th century. So a lot of history. Anyhow, not open to the public. We're not allowed to have a closer look, so we're going to go right here onto this concrete track. We've got the road, or the concrete path, going round to the left over a bridge. We're going to go straight ahead over this cattle grid, and then we're going to veer left through a field of barley. Now this bridleway isn't marked, but it is a bridleway, and that's where we're heading, round the far side of this field of barley. And actually it's quite a reasonable track. Through the gate and forward, round the edge of the field. That's it, more defined path now. And we just carry on. We've got the river running in the bottom of the valley to the left of us, We're nearly at the far end now. Ouch, duck. Sorry, Nigel, if I've got you. That's the husband smacked in the face. And there's the gateway that we're heading to. Don't get too close. Woo. So heading on the quite discernible track across this field. And the castle, the ruins of, in the distance, is the Mallerstang Castle. Dates back to somewhere around the 12th or the 14th century. There's just the outer, or part of the outer walls left, but it's worth a look. And we've crossed to the gate, and another one to open. So at this point, we're following the path across the hayfield. But to be honest, I'm not really happy about crossing fields. It upsets farmers, and I don't like doing that. But the paths are there, and as long as we stay to them, we're not doing too much harm. And there's the ruins appearing before us. And then we go through the gate, swing left through the next field, and we then join that track you can see in the distance that goes around Burkett Common. A proper lovely trail. And you can see the gateway that we're heading to. Down the field we go, loving it. Stay through this gate and then sharp left to the side of this wall where the proper stone track starts. I shall just record the view because it's incredible. Beautiful. So this track goes right round Burkett Common. Far side of this, we've got the option to turn left on a tarmac road and visit Pendragon Castle, which is where Uther, the father of King Arthur, is supposed to have resided back in the day. This is a fabulous hardcore track. Coarse gravel, grass, and perfect for cycling on. Certainly with these bikes anyhow. The views are spectacular. So at this point, we've come 8.4 miles. These bikes are amazing. Oops. So at this point, we hit the minor tarmac road. Left takes us down to where Pendragon Castle is. So we've decided to pop down and have a little look at Pendragon Castle, the ruins of. And this road, once it gets past Pendragon Castle, goes on further into the Mallerstang Valley. Nice quiet lane. And there to the right is the castle. Nice fortified position on a hill. You've got the River Eden down one side, the far side of it, and it's got what would be moats on the rest of it. So, returning up the hill from Pendragon Castle, over this cattle grid. You've got the turning on the right. We've come out from around Burkett Common, and we're going uphill. on this country track. Nice country tarmac road. And we stay on this for a mile or two. So we've got a cattle grid coming up just by these trees. And that is where we're going to turn right. You'll see the bridleway sign. It's Tommy's Lane. And we're going to cut across the fell here on this grass fell track. You can see the track quite clearly ahead. And there's the two barns that we're heading towards. Just kind of trying to find the best trail through. Excuse me, sheepy bears. I know, that shocked you, didn't it? First barn negotiated. So just passing the second barn on the right hand side. And you can tell from the second barn there's a distinct path through the rushes. You can see the gate ahead, and then that leads to a minor road. And that's where we're heading. So through that gate, I'm just going to drop my gears because I know we come out onto a hill climb, or a bit of a one. Yeah, so at this end it says it's Tommy's Lane. And we turn left. Quiet lane. So we come about 1/4 mile along that country lane and we hit another road and turn to the right. And almost immediately we're onto the 685 Kirby Stephen Brough to Kendal Road, and we're going to turn to the left. This is a busy road, but we're literally going about 50 yards, and then we're going to turn right. So turn right up this hill onto a much better quiet lane. I'm not keen on main roads. At this point we've done 13 miles. We're heading for the next off-road fell crossing onto Smardale Fell. So, coming along there, we've got the turn on the left here for Brownbur. We're going to go up onto Smardale Fell. Sorry, I've just been bitten by a fly. Ouch. If we'd carried on this road, we'd have ended up in Crosby Garrett. But we're going to take a detour up the fell, through towards Newbiggin-on-Loon, Brownbur, and then come back on ourselves through to Crosby Garrett, all off-road on fell. So just leaving that gateway, I noticed we've just come 14 miles. So a steep ascent on a part field, grassland, hardcore gravel rock route. Nice and easy though, fairly steep. Heading up the fell. So we're just following the farmyard quad bike tracks up here, tractor bike routes, whatever they are, up the fell. The stone wall just on the right hand side. Nice steady climb. Absolutely expansive views, amazing. So as we go along, you veer away from the right hand side wall and head more diagonally across, following the farm tracks. And there we have a signpost saying public bridleway, coast to coast, Smardale Bridge. That's the one we want. So straight on to the right. So at this point we've come about 15.5 miles. Got to the top of this particular fell, Smardale Fell, and we're heading down. And in the valley, it's the old causeway for the Stainmore railway line. So that's where we're heading, down to Smardale Bridge. Oh, a bit more sheep muck in my tyre, catching on the bumper, and it'll spit it out shortly. And then down to this gateway. So through that gateway, carrying on downhill. Right, through that gateway, the route goes down to the right, which we know from the previous ride is rather rough and we have to walk part of it. So we're going to try this route straight up ahead of us and see what it's like. So here we go. Apologies for the gear changing there, but let's see what this is like. They'd say don't squeeze your brakes, but when you're going downhill and gaining speed, I'm not sure what they think you're going to do. Woohoo! I do. Lovely, fantastic. Hope he's coming behind, so he's still in one piece. All good. Oh, that saved that rocky bit that we needed to walk. I do.
Hi.
There we have the bridge. So we're coming on down from the bridge. Yeah. Through hawthorn bushes on this nice little Lonnin. Heading down towards Newbiggin-on-Loon. We don't quite go into the village itself. We turn off right along another bridleway. But that's the direction of travel. We've come out of the bridleway. The husband's just shutting the gate on, marked Smardale Fell. And we are going to go down here and to the right through this bridleway. Signposted Ravenstone Dale Moor. Now I'm not even going to try and ride this because it looks a little bit overgrown. So this is what we're walking through. Perhaps when we came the last time and went a long way around by road, maybe that was the better option. But hey, you've got to try these things out. And all in all, it's probably no more than 100 yards. So not bad. It's just we've got cropped trousers on and shorts, and there's nettles. Ah, you see a gate ahead. That's okay then. Coming out of that rather overgrown Lonnin, we go along this track here, and we're going to turn right, signed Bent's Farm, and that'll take us back up onto the fell. And a couple of gates. So through those two gates, and we have the public bridleway to Bent's Farm. That's where we're heading. So it's a nice gravel track road up to the farm itself. And it's quite a climb up to Bent's Farm. The farm track must be about half a mile long, all loose gravel and uphill. So through a couple of gates on the farm path, and we're at the top. Bent Farm. And there to the left. So we just go through here, straight on through the gates. I think that's some sort of holiday let ahead of us, but we go down in front of it, and then we're going to go left where that outcrop is, and that's the bit that actually we walk up. Oh, this is the track past the holiday let. So here we go, up the hill. And there's no way in this world I can ride this. Put walk assist on. Onwards. So up we go. Goodness, the ground's lovely and dry. Fabulous. So we're going as if towards that rocky scar, and then we take a right, along quite an obvious route. With spectacular views to the right hand side. And then once we reach the top, it's all downhill to Crosby Garret. And it's a lovely descent. Part grass and then it turns to loose gravel, but still fab. And here we have the descent, or part of it. And we head towards that gate. And then we're onto a rough track. And here we are, onto a firm track. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Pennines stretching in front of us. And it's this sort of track now, all the way down to Crosby Garret. And at this point, we've done 19 miles. So much of it off-road. And there we have Crosby Garret in the bottom. And that'll be us out onto the tarmac lane into Crosby Garret in a few moments. You can see it ahead. Oh, well, this is a cattle grid, and we have one of the viaducts ahead of us for the Settle to Carlisle railway line. Slow down so that we can have a little look. And then on the right hand side here, and I'll just turn in, you've got three stoops, and it says that these retired stoops commemorate all those who died during the construction of the Settle to Carlisle Railway. 13 children, 5 women and 12 men are buried in unmarked graves in Crosby Garret churchyard. And this stoop is to honour them. So just along here we've got a right hand turn signposted Solby 1 3/4. And that's where we're heading. So along the road to a T-junction and we turn right. Solby half a mile. Here we are, coming into Solby. And I think at this point I can say cheerio.
This really is a stunning route. It combines a mixture of easy rough gravel trails with fabulous open fellside grassy track. Add in the historic castle ruins passed on the ride and a section of disused railway. What more can you ask for? It's a route not to be missed in our view.